Right, we are back here at Melton after the running of the 2-year-old fillies, the Haras Trotteurs Nutrien Equine Classic, and I am catching up with a very, very happy Matthew Whittle. Firstly, Matty, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's very much a very happy moment, absolutely. Yeah.
Having your first start in a race like this, a feature race like this, can bring about nerves. It was, the commentators were saying 4 trials, 4 wins and all the rest. But bloody good achievement. Dad's pretty pumped. He's walking around. Mum's extremely pumped. She's got really Alzheimer's because she couldn't remember your last winner, and I think she had you down for only driving 2. But this must be a great thrill for you, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what we always try and achieve and strive for. And went to the sales specifically to try and get in one of these types of races because it's the sort of race where if you can just trot all the way, you might be in the good money, and doesn't have the influx of all the horses. And when the other races start to come on, there'll be bigger fields and all that sort of stuff. So you always try and use your niche to get the best outcome, and that's trotting all the way, I guess. And that's what Dad's pretty good at, and he always gets them to trot. Not necessarily the fastest all the time, but they get around generally, and that's what we were hoping for tonight. And there wasn't that many breakers in the race, so it didn't really help us, to be honest. But it's something that we're really proud of, and hopefully she can do a bit more of that. Yeah.
Right, well, wind back a little bit. You went to sales to purchase a horse. Unfortunately, you left the sales without a horse.
No, left the sales without a horse. Looked at about 4 or 5 that we really liked. Funnily enough, I didn't actually look at. Didn't have a look at PROHIBITED GRACE. It was something that I looked at afterwards because I didn't have enough time to get around, and you're sort of humming and hawing, and they're going in and out pretty quick, and probably should have did more homework and got there earlier, I think. But ultimately, it's something I had a look at over time after the sales, and she was obviously still available, probably about 3 months after actually. Just rang up Dean and Blanche and had a quick chat to them about it, and they were a bit surprised by the call, but the breeding looked good to me, and Volstead seems to be a pretty good sire that's getting around, and thought, well, I'll jump on those coattails and see where it lands. Yeah.
So even 3 months after and you were able to purchase it and get her into the race series. It's a good story.
Yeah, it was just I was probably procrastinated a bit too long on it, and just got busy with work, and I thought, I really need to get another a young trotter going around. The one we had at the time was getting a bit older, and I thought I've got to get a young one, and so I'll go back to have a look at what was left over from the Nutrien, and have a look and see what's there. Yeah, you
can still do that now. There's still, I think, 41, I reckon, from memory there were there. What did you like about her?
She had a good form about her. She actually had a pretty good temperament from what I saw, and when we had her walking up and down, it was only a very short, have a look. And I liked the mother. I always sort of followed the mother, and she went around in a lot of good races. Wasn't necessarily the best of the good horses, but was always in it. And I actually liked about Volstead. He raced a lot. Typically, you sort of see these boom sires come out. They race 10 times, win 10 times, and go to stud. So he raced a lot. I thought, well, there must be some longevity in there, and that's what we're after. We're not after a horse that we're going to retire after 3 years and send it to stud. So it was something, we want a horse that we can run around with the family and go to the races every second weekend and have a bit of fun.
Yeah, and Derek the Jet one as well. So they go on as 3-year-olds. Don't you worry about that. We're going to be in trouble in a minute. We'll move out of the way for Dad. But for yourself, as big a win as you've had.
Oh yeah, 100%. The biggest race I probably won was just a $7,000 scrapper somewhere, and we've gone around.
Have you had a winner here at Melton before?
I have, yeah. I've had, I think I might have 2. Well, definitely 1 anyway. But yeah, I mean, they're always just a normal, TO, T1 sort of stuff, and run around and have a bit of fun with that. But definitely the biggest race for 100%.
How did it feel getting towards the line? I know how it felt because we saw the whip in the air. Because Mum was wondering why you're in the stewards room. I was, you might get a big exuberant.
Yeah, I got pretty excited towards the end. It was, I could see Jason's horse was coming, and it seemed to be getting further and further sideways rather than in front, so it nearly ended up in the bloody fence. But it was very exciting crossing the line. It's sort of one of those moments you sort of think, how did that happen?
How long have you been in the industry? I know Dad's been in the industry for, we won't say how long, but But how long yourself? How long have you been a part of it?
Oh, look, I've always helped Dad, and it's really just been a family thing. It's pretty hard to avoid it. It's become a way of life, and Mum and Dad have always been in it, and Ash is always involved in it, and so have myself, and really forever for me. And as soon as I was old enough to hang on to a set of reins and drive the jogger and all that sort of stuff, so it's really pretty much for forever.
What is it? Because you're a busy man, and a lot of people, some people may or may not be aware, you're married to Amy Tubbs. She also left. Great to see her back in the game. But what is it about harness racing? Look, I reckon sometimes it stares us in the face and some people just can't see it.
Yeah, I think it's more just that it's a bit of a way of life, really, because it's 24/7. You can't just decide, oh, not today. You've got to be committed to it, and everyone sort of does commit to it. And I think it's really just that causing of a way of life that everyone gets involved in. And then it's once you're in it and you start dragging other people into it, I guess. And I think that's probably the main thing. It just sort of sets you off in a path of dealing with horses.
It can be frustrating sometimes, but any work, I think a lot of people lose sight of the fact that any business, any job, anything that you do day in, day out gets frustrating.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's, especially with trotters, and that's what we've really nearly always had. The hardest thing is just to get them to trot all the way, and then hopefully they're fit enough and strong enough to go from there. But can be very frustrating. And tonight's like this, the reward for persevering through that frustration.
Absolutely. You get bragging rights now over Ames too. You know that, don't you?
That's it.
Jess, the cruel boss, she made her go home. She wasn't even here to enjoy the win with you.
Yeah, that's it. It's no rest for the wicked around here.
It's quite funny, actually. Jess didn't even know where she was. She's got no idea. Apparently she's home, as you say, getting ready for tomorrow because there's so much going on. But you guys will be able to sit back and enjoy it, because you do both have very busy lives, and I'd imagine there's a lot of time where you don't get to catch up, so at some point in time you're going to be able to sit back and enjoy this. Yeah,
it's a bit of ships passing in the night sort of stuff with me at work, and then she'll be off at the races and I'll come home late or something, and there's always a reason we're always out and about, so definitely one to absolutely savour and enjoy.
Matty, to yourself and Mum, well done to Rhiannon Park too, Dean and Blanche. Great to see they still sold her after that period of time too. I think that's terrific.
Yeah, when I rang the guys up, they were a bit surprised, and they said, look, ultimately they're in a business to breed and sell horses, and that's what they wanted to continue to do. And I said I was pretty interested in the horse, and I was glad that they were open to the idea. They didn't sort of jump at it straight away, but because they were ready to go into work. So it's a testament to them for maintaining their morals in going about their business. So if you're in the business to sell horses, you've got to sell them, don't you? Yeah.
Absolutely, mate. Well done. Congratulations. Great to see. Great little story. Mum and Dad, I know Mum's over the moon with it. I might have been taking a bit of the mickey out of it, but she's super proud of you and your brother, your dad, and Jess has been even taken. I think you might even feature on some of their Instagram posts by the looks, knowing Jess, because she's up to no good. You can tell when she's smirking. At least she hasn't walked across in front of the camera today. Right. Yeah. It's always good when she doesn't sort of photobomb us, I must say. But well done and congratulations, and enjoy it, mate.
No, thank you very much.
Good job, mate.
Cheers,
well
mate.
done.